Hey guys, RageBarTV here, back with another video. Today I will be giving you a guide courtesy of IronBerserker from the S12-S20 Merge. Please enjoy, and let's get started. So first off, I do not have Mountain King unlocked. I have that locked out here. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to unlock it. So let's head over here. Mountain King, permanently unlock, yes. Now, if you're just starting off with Mountain King, there's a cool feature when you do switch classes using the proficiency scroll from shop where I can do a one-click dress up, and it will actually change all of my accessories and everything to, all my tier pieces and my legendaries to what they should be. You also get a full set of gear, which is going to give me a staff and some other things. Now that we have MK unlocked, let's start going down the line, starting off with our talents. So we'll open up our skill panel, we'll go to talents. As you can see, I've reset my build, so I'll do this as I am going through it. So for Iron Guard, we're going to put 8 into hard armor, we're going to put 2 into dragon scale, 1 into fittest, 9 into strong body, and 1 into coordination, 1 into counter strike, 9 into impeccable, and 1 into the dodge or the block rate. 1 into Heart of Iron, 8 into roll, and 2 into ward. Then we're going to go 1 into savage, 2 into hardened skin, 8 into rune armor, 1 into merciless. We're going to save that. I'm going to go over to the combat master tree, and we're going to go 10 into bravery, 1 into Cole the Weak, 10 into agile, and 1 into careful aim. And we're going to save that. So that is the basic build for a PvE Mountain King. As I had just gone through that, so you can see it here. Alright. Nothing goes into strategist, and we should be good. So now we're going to move into skill level order. So we'll start from top to bottom here. So skills should be your first focus from day 1. It's worth spending the gold to get meditation scrolls to get your skills to level 9. At the very least, get your main skills to level 9. For MK, the defensive skills like Savage, Whirlwind, Giant Rock Totem, Stone Walk, Hill Thorns, and Glory of Earth have to be level 9. The damage skills like Cliff Thrust and Shattering Swipe, I wouldn't say are last, but they can be delayed since they do not provide any defensive attributes. For souls, personally, I only use 1 on Shattering Swipe. If you want to max out endgame, you're MKing with level 10 souls, I would go in this order. So first off, I'd go for Shattering Swipe. Then I'd go Hill of Thorns. Then I'd go Glory of Earth for slightly more damage reduction, and then Stonewalk, Cliff Thrust, Savage Whirlwind, and then finally Giant Rock Totem. The last 2 skills leveling from 9 to 10 will only increase damage. Order isn't that important, and it can depend on what mastery you're using. Rock Totem is the last because the mastery increase and the damage at level 4 to 50 are whopping 120%, and level 9 to 10 increase PCT is only 2.5% and 22 points. The new skill that you are able to swap to is Blooming Vitality. Now, Since this is new, I'm just going to add it at the end here and mention where it falls in the list above. So first off, this skill is great in raids and OLs, so pretty much all PvE. If I was just starting, this would be one of the first skills I would level to 9. It grants armor to 6 allies and to yourself, which isn't mentioned in the skill description. Also, it would be the first skill I would level to 10. At level 10 and using Solidify Engraving gives you an extra 10%. The skill grants 210% armor. Solidify Engraving would get that up to a close second in delay. Having one more second added to the skill could be useful depending on what you're doing. Since it's not a skill I would use whenever it's up, it's alright to not stack cooldown on a cooldown that's only 28 seconds. On everything, sorry, like Totem. Though for the Inscription, stacking cooldown for both is the way to go, bringing the cooldown to 28 seconds. In Rage, where the raid leader calls for big heals, it is a great time to make sure you have it up and pair it with the ultimate. You will notice that everyone's HP and a few others closest to you does not drop as much, and also it can be used as another speed boost. So you can pair it with Stonewalk, and it's really good to boost your armor stat for about 7 to 8 seconds with those big hits, or use them at a one at a time to maintain a greater amount of armor for a longer period of time, about 14 seconds. Basically, now with the new skill and the small gap MKing had is now closed. Whirlwinds grant normal attack damage reduction for 3 seconds, and Totem for 12 seconds. Stonewalk is 8 seconds. Bloom is now 7 seconds. So the max cooldown being 30 seconds on Stonewalk. So 3 plus 12 plus 8 plus 7 is 30. What do you know? What do you know? MKing can now have a type of damage reduction of up to 100%. If needed, by using normal attack and area damage reduction on increased stats. For engravings, we'll start from top to bottom. First, you're going to go for Control. For Shattering Swipe, you're going to go for Sharp. For Savage Whirlwind, we're going to go with Agile. For Giant Rock Totem, we're going to go for Agile. For Stonewalk, we're going to go for Agile. For Hillthorn, we're going Agile as well. And lastly, for Glory of Earth, we're going to go for Delay. Now, be aware, Stonewalk Engraving Delay, the beneficial effects of Stonewalk last for 2 seconds longer. It does not reflect in the skill inscription, so the 8 seconds does not change to 10 seconds, though when I test the skill with Delay on, the active skill indicator does count down from 10 seconds. So just a little note there. So we'll start next with Inscriptions. So remember, you need to unlock 5 any inscriptions to embed 2 of them. So for MK, doesn't really have any purple inscriptions yet, so getting these maxed shouldn't be a problem. Inscriptions can differ depending on your current stats and what you're trying to accomplish. Here is a basic set that I found is most beneficial. So Cliff Thrust would be Advanced Brutal Force and Advanced Bash. So Advanced Bash, Advanced Brutal Force. Shattered Swipe would be Bash plus Advanced Bash. Savage Whirlwind would be Advanced Brutal Force and Advanced Bash. Giant Rock Totem would be... Giant Rock Totem and Stonewalk would be Advanced Tranquil Mind and Tranquil Mind to be able to use that as much as possible. Hillthorns would be Advanced Tranquil Mind and High Level Defense. Alright, and Glory of Earth would be Advanced Tranquil Mind and Advanced Magic Resistance. Or Advanced Magic Resistance and Advanced Magic Resistance. It's up to you. If you need to increase armor and resistance for skills, Hills of Thorns and Glory of Earth stack the increased armor and resistance inscriptions. So you can replace Tranquil Mind for the use of Hill of Thorns defense and Glory of Earth magic resist. So it's whatever you think you're going to need. So for Reforges, mine are not correct because I just unlocked this class, but in an ideal world, you want Kai, Dello, Endura, and Fleonis to have Counter-Strike or Heart of Iron on the bottom tier, or Careful Aim or Fittest Cull of the Week would be the order. It all depends, but you're looking for Counter-Strike, Heart of Iron. On the bottom 3, so your Artinos, Harma, and Brekka, you're looking for a mix either of Artinos and Harma having +2 Savage, or Counter-Strike Careful Aim. If you get a +1 of any of those, take it. And then on Brekka, you want Merciless +1 or 2. If you get Savage, take it. Remember, you can only have a maximum of 5 in each of those, so utilize what you have. That's pretty much it for those. What we're going to do is, so basically, for the first 4 artifacts, Fleonis, Endura, Delo, and Kai, you want to work them together at the same time, splitting the Fleonis between the 4 so you can roll them you can roll them for a chance at something that's wanted. So for example, say you have Counter-Strike +2 on Fleonis, which costs 1 Fleonis per roll, and you land a good Counter-Strike +2 on Kai, which costs 8 Fleonis per roll. Go ahead and take the Counter-Strike +2 on Kai and keep working Fleonis. This way you will get more Reforge attempts, reforging the lower cost artifact. And also, when you land a good artifact on a Blessing artifact, which is your Harma, Artinos, and Brekka, switch them right away. Go ahead and move on to the next Blessing artifact and work it till you land the Reforge you need. Also, a good way to know if you made the right choice is to copy your Reforge set to another set. The game allows 9 sets of Reforges and 9 sets of talents. I recommend having them all unlocked. Endgame, it will have all +5 on the top and +2 on the bottom would be your ideal situation. Once you have landed +2 main talents on the bottom Reforges, then I would go ahead and start looking at the top stat. Depending on where you are stat-wise, it's what you're going to focus on for your top stats. The list of importance would be Impeccable and Strong Body for the top stat, which is the one that has Focus and Meditation right now, and then followed by Armor, Resistance so either roll for dodge and ward for resistance. So depending on what you feel about block, personally I don't think it even works because it almost never shows up on the combat log. You can work in the block the block stat if it lands. MKing has a low block compared to the other shield tanks, so if you do focus on block, you will need to get it up to a usable percentage around 60 to 70%. Otherwise, the 30 to 40% will be fine. Next, we'll move on to Sigils. So you have to work with what you got. The RNG can be a bit painful getting Sigils to level 6, but just hang in there. You know, time played, you will eventually be stacked. Here is a list of my current Sigil setup. So for the yellow Sigils, you want to go for your 3+ Dex, Spirit, Dodge would be the best, but whatever you get would work. I have Crit Resist, Resist Rate, and Resist. For your center ones, you want Dex Spirit. Dex Spirit, Crit Resist. Some of them have Dodge, but Dex Spirit main stat would be your best. For your blues, again, I took what I could, but you would try and get, you know, +74 crit rate or +2.2% with the vitality, so pretty much what I have. Haste isn't the best, but again, you're working with what you got. And the reds, I went for main stat. So Dex Spirit, I didn't have another Dex Spirit to make up for the other one because I just unlocked this class, but you get the idea. You want Dex Spirit in all of them. For runes, you want to go as follows. So let me just switch this over to my... I don't even have a tank plan, actually. I'll just say what you should be using. So for your runes, you would go... Book 1, you'd go for number 13, which is Riddle 13. For number 2, you'd go for... Blood Salvation, which is Riddle 13. So pretty much you're looking for the defense type across the board. For Remembrance, you want actually the PvP rune for this one. Or sorry, no, it's still defense. Tenacious Protection. For Book 4, you want Riddle Resistance of Power, which I believe is the defense as well. Yes, it is. So you're looking at Book 13 pretty much across the board here. Next one, this one doesn't have a, so for Brilliant, this one doesn't have it, so you're going for Prayer of Pain, which I already have equipped. For Seal, you're going to use Song of, this one here, the Riddle 13. Chapter of Faith, you're going to use Scream of the Unbent. So again, the defense one. And lastly, for Sigil of Watchers, you're going to use Tremors of Doom. I'm not using that, but you can right here. It's the level 3 attack type. Now, eventually, again, you'd want to make sure that you're golding out what you can. As for stats, you want to try to get as close to mitigation or avoidance cap as you can, which would be about 100% when you add your dodge, parry, and block into the equation. Now, Mountain King does have a lot of damage reduction, and you can keep up that damage reduction 100% of the time, just messing around with what you should be using. Now, for your legendary weapon, if you decide to whale out your account, I'd go for the spear in your main hand for your haste and resistance by 24%. And your offhand should be your shield, which will give you a heal that lasts about 20 seconds and heals you for about 396% every 3 seconds for that 20 seconds. Thanks for watching. Shout out again to IronBerserker. Thanks for the guide. All of this information was provided by him. I, as you saw, just unlocked this class. So thanks again. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. Thanks, and stay safe.